Hello, welcome to the Fang Feral channel. I'm PK, and this is Chico. And we are full-time nomads that live in our bus named Frida. So, hi everybody. I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel, but I am not actually very skilled in editing or script writing, any of that stuff. So this is kind of going to be just raw footage. And that kind of complements the fact that I am a feral human being. So what I want to talk about on this channel is nomads and why people come out here, why they, how they survive out here, what people do for a living, where they find places to stay, safe places, stuff like that. Just basically want to try to create a community of sharing information, how to do things on a budget, a community for women, also, finding safe places to stay, and dealing with stuff that comes up. A little about me is I am a feral human being. I have been for most of my life. I would say all of my life. Like everyone else, stuff happens in the past, and it affects you, and affects how you navigate through the world. For me, a lot of that time was spent in active addiction. I am since living a life of recovery, and doing that out on the road is, I wouldn't say challenging, but it's different, You got to keep things in check. You got to check in with your mental health. I also am a person that has some neurodivergent issues. So there will be some awkwardness and a lot of losing my train of thought. Like I said, I'm not very good at editing, so this is not going to come off as polished or high budget by any means, and that's not really me and nor how I live my life. We're just out here chasing freedom. Spent a lot of my life being what's the word? My life being dictated by the chains I placed on myself. Took me a long time to realize that. And I have since broken those chains, and we just basically chase freedom, chase good vibes, chase meaningful, authentic experiences. We're not out here trying to do a fancy video about how to build your skoolie. I'm not a professional by any means on any of that stuff. I do things as I need to, as they come up, and as I can. And we'll probably talk about some of that stuff. Also, let's see what else. I'm a Gen X, if you can't tell already. And, we're starting to age. We're starting to get into that phase of life where you think about stuff. You think about how you want things to end up. You know what I mean? And that was a motivator for us to get out on the road too, is that I want things to end up a lot differently from how they started. I feel like I go back and forth. There's a lot of conflict that I have with aging, but I feel like at least for me, in my experience, it feels like I'm finally becoming the person I was always meant to be. So I'm going to go with that. That is going to be the theme of the rest of my life, is becoming that person and being my authentic self. And yeah, that's what it's going to be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm being so transparent right now in the beginning because I'm hoping that my goal is that maybe someone that identifies with anything that I've said that's out here on the road, maybe I can be helpful in talking about my experience and how it is out here if you are a person considering becoming a nomad and have some of these issues. Maybe I can be helpful in how to navigate or something like that. Or, yeah, any of the things. I just want to be helpful and pay some things forward. I had a lot of people in my rehabilitation time that were very helpful to me in teaching me how to live a life in a different way. And I'm hoping that I can pay it forward. And also maybe have some funny videos. There's a lot of stuff that happens out here that's crazy. It's not an easy lifestyle. I'll say that right off the bat. But this is the most freeing and authentic experience I've ever had in my life, and I would not trade a minute of it, even the hard part. And in future episodes, I'll tell some stories about our first travel down to Ocala, getting the bus, getting everything together, traveling through ice storms, repairs that had to happen, things I knew nothing about and ended up having to figure it out on the fly. But yeah, and then talking about, tiny animals. He helps me a lot with my issues. Very thankful for this guy. Yeah, just talking about whatever comes up. In some future episodes, probably the next episode I'll talk more about my bus. I'll eventually show you my build. It's only a partial build right now. It's just a work in progress. I don't have a schedule. It's very comfortable to live in this bus as it is right now. And I'm doing little bits here and there as I can and as they come up. And I'll show you guys around where the place I'm staying right now. It's a very safe place and very affordable. That's another thing I'd like to talk about is how to do things on a budget out here, because things can get expensive and not everyone has SSI coming in or pensions or anything like that. For example, I work for a living as a courier and I do gig work whenever I need some extra cash. Yeah, those are some videos that will be coming up, and there'll be a lot of stuff talking about him because he's just too cute to not talk about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at that. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy our videos. Thank you for watching this far, and I really appreciate it. And as always, stay safe out there. See you next time.